Mike, welcome to Ipswich Town Football Club. It's a big day down at Portman Road, and just tell us a little bit about why Ipswich Town.
Ipswich Town's got a great heritage, fabulous club. I can remember from my very early youth how successful they were. Probably had two of the very best managers that any club in the country could ever have had during the years I've known them. And when the opportunity came along to invest and become an owner here, it was really a super opportunity which we, together with our American backers, wanted to take advantage of. And it's taken a while. It's been a 14-month process, I think, from start to finish. But buying football clubs is a complex business. There's a lot to be considered. There's a lot of emotion involved on the part of the vendor. So it hasn't been an overnight thing. And we've got to know what's here and what the opportunities are in quite some detail. So very excited about the opportunity.
And worth noting as well that in your opening statement, it was very clear that you thanked Marcus for his efforts while here.
Yeah, we had a very open negotiation with Marcus, and it was clear from the beginning he didn't have to sell. He's a very successful, wealthy individual. But as he said in his own comments, he was, I think, willing to consider selling to someone if he felt they could take the club forward and had the backing and the available skill sets in order to make that happen. He wants the best for the club. He's a supporter of the club. And we couldn't have wished for anything better.
How will ownership at this club work? Because we've seen today there's lots of names bandied about Game Changer 20, the Three Lions. Are you able to just explain to the supporters how exactly that will work with multiple parties and multiple individuals involved?
I'll do my best. So Game Changer is a company that was set up specifically to acquire Ipswich Town. It has no other purpose. And Game Changer has 3 owners within it. The majority ownership, 90% of Game Changer, is owned by an American fund called ORG, and Ed Schwartz from ORG will sit on the board of Game Changer and represent that fund. The remaining 10% of Game Changer is split between another American fund called Three Lions and Marcus. So they both have 5%. Game Changer owns approximately 89% of Ipswich Town Football Club. The other 11% is owned by fans through what's called Ipswich Town PLC. And in terms of the involvement of the various people from Three Lions and ORG, the answer to your question about involvement is actually they'll hardly be involved day to day at all. The club will be run by a CEO and also in part by me, and we're the British end, if you like, of the management team. The Americans who are backing this group will visit from time to time, but have very little daily part to play in the way it's run. Does that make sense?
I think so. And again, you alluded to it in your statement about a CEO coming in. What is the sort of picture with that at the moment? What can you tell supporters?
Well, we'd like to find a CEO who is able to run the whole business, both on and off the pitch, with responsibility for every facet of it. And we would hope to make that appointment at some point soon. I can't be more specific than that because you can never be quite sure about recruitment processes. It could take a week or two, it could take a month or two. But the sooner we can get the right candidate and appoint them, we will.
You have previous experience at clubs, Mike, including West Brom in the Premier League. How do you think that can serve you in this role?
I think experience is really valuable. Football looks a very straightforward industry. It's more complex than people think. There are lots of pitfalls, lots of things you can get wrong. And if you've been there before and seen what works and what doesn't, it can help you to avoid black holes. It can help you to get more judgments right than you get wrong. And at the end of the day, we're in competition with 23 other clubs, and we need to be better than them in pretty much everything we do. And so getting those judgment calls right is critical, and every bit of experience you have is helpful.
You've met plenty of people at the club today. including the manager. How have your first impressions of everyone been?
It's been great. Very welcoming, very able, good teamwork ethic. Enjoyed meeting them, and I'm looking forward to working with them very much.
You also alluded to it earlier, how long this process has gone on, 14 months, I think you said. That shows how extensive and thorough it is. Can you paint a picture to the supporters just how that's played out?
I remember visiting the training ground with Lee O'Neill a year ago, and at that time we weren't sure whether we'd be investing in Ipswich or trying to buy a majority of it. And that sort of changed over the months as time went by. But during that visit, Lee showed us every single corner of the training ground, both sides of the road. And yeah, we saw everything. We went around the stadium here. We've spent time talking about the finances, which are, and the corporate structure, which is complex. You have the situation here where the shares of Ipswich Town are part owned by the PLC, which in turn are part owned by supporters. So it isn't a straightforward structure when you come to consider an acquisition of this type. And it's taken quite a lot of time and effort to get to work through all of those details. But I think we were pretty thorough. I think we understand very much the opportunity that is here. This club shouldn't be in League One. It's crazy. This club should be, if not Premier League, then certainly knocking on the door of Premier League pretty quickly. And clearly that's what we'd like to achieve.
That was actually going to be my next question, because you alluded to your connection with the club from your early years and no doubt your knowledge in football. We often hear the term sleeping giant, that sort of thing. That is a pressure on the club, isn't it? But it also presents an opportunity.
I think it shows what can be achieved here.
Exactly.
I think certainly this club has had two of the best managers you could ever wish to see in any part of football worldwide. And that makes it tough because there's an expectation level for us to live up to what they achieved. Frankly, if we achieve half of what they achieved, we're going to feel we've succeeded. And from an owner's point of view, you always know that it's the supporters who really own the club. And you seek to leave the club in a better state and a better position than when you walk in the door on day one. If we can do that, we'll be pretty happy.
How do you plan to do that? What are the short-term goals at the club and the longer-term ambitions?
Clearly, we want to see the club climb the pyramid of football that exists, and it should. It's far too big, and it's a terrific club, far too big to be in League One. We would want to get a promotion into the Championship as soon as we can. There's a chance this year, but if it's 1 year or 2 years that it takes, then so be it. And you then take stock again and you think, if you're in the Championship, what have you got to do to have a good chance of making it to the Premier League? So all of those things are targets for us and goals we'll set. We're well funded. We can invest both on and off the pitch to make sure our academy is really up to scratch, to make sure our playing squad is supported, and to make sure we've got a match day experience that the supporters will enjoy. Now, there's a lot of work to be done there. So the teams will, I'm sure, pull together to try to get this club back where it belongs.